Hey, welcome to RPG A Day, day 25, August 25th. My goal was to finally complete my first RPG A Day month. I don't think I've ever done it since I started in 2016, and I think the last time I participated was 2018, maybe 2019. I'm not saying I'm done yet, but man, 25th, I've never made it this far without missing a date. And technically I still have the 14th to do. Wow, so that's exciting. So, Unplayed RPG I own. So, I noodled for a good long time walking back and forth here on the sidewalk in front of my co-workspace building. Because I felt like there was Unplayed is the highlighted word, and I felt like there was an interesting thing to talk about just in the concept of unplayed. I can't quite put my finger on it. I will call that call back. I can't quite put my finger on it, so I'm going to just cover really what the question is, especially since I think I've got some new viewers, and so maybe they haven't gone through my back catalog and whatnot. So, on deck to be played next is Mutants and Masterminds 3rd edition. I own it, haven't played it. I've been in search of a superhero system that I would enjoy, and that is what I've actually worked on, trying to create my own multiple times. At first it was just Universal, and then it became actually I haven't worked on it since I reduced it down to a superhero theme. So I'm looking forward to that, and I actually get to be a player. So when my friend Elle is ready to run the game, we'll start that up. It'll be myself, my wife, and our friend Caleb as the players. Next after that will probably be the One Ring, because I think that's really the enticement that got Caleb to join us in the group, is the One Ring. 1st edition, I understand 1st edition to 2nd edition is really more of an editing process, I think, and some rule clarification, but not like a whole new system. And the two of them are big Tolkien fans, big Lord of the, Middle Earth fans. So I think that'll go okay. Hopefully it'll go well, but I think it'll go okay. And I think we could definitely safely say that that's probably the next thing on the plate to own. I have quite a long list. Some people just buy games, and so they probably can't go through the whole list in any relativity. But the Riddle of Steel, which is an old dead game, I plan on doing that next. I did get some input from RPGgeek.com from other users there about how to run a game in that, like how to pick the plot, which was kind of my big stickler, was how do I run a plot on this, especially with characters that can die so easily. And so I feel a little more set up in order to handle that. I think that might come next. I would like to get, so I have Modern AGE, which is the modern version of the AGE system, as in Dragon Age. I'd like to get that to the table. I already have what I want to do with it, though I don't have player buy-in yet, which is do a zombie apocalypse from the beginning. What else do I have? So I have both Pathfinder 1st and 2nd edition. So 2nd edition was a random gift, going away gift, or birthday gift. I can't remember actually. From my wife's former boss. So when my wife was running the bookstore, she thought that was a good pick for me because she knows I'm into role playing. She doesn't know anything about it, and she doesn't know my tastes and what's out there. But she got it for me. I appreciate the sentiment. I picked up several 1st edition books. Some of them used, some of them just cheaper, right? Like that compact and softback version versus the full size hardback version is always cheaper. I picked those up just because I thought I didn't have my current group that I have right now, and I thought if this is something I need in order to maybe make the door a little wider for people to join me, then I'd rather do this than D&D. In my opinion, I've played D&D 2nd edition. Technically, I've made some characters in 1st edition. No, that's not true. That's not true. It's all second edition, third edition, heard and only heard about fourth and fifth, right? So basically I've only heard about first, fourth, and fifth. I have looked through the Lamentations of the Flame Princess book. My father-in-law got that for me, and I actually returned it to the store for cash or whatever. Because I just read it through and I was like, there's no way I'm playing this. No way at all. And I understand that that's actually really close to first edition D&D. So all that to say, I felt, for my tastes and my preferences, third edition D&D was the best D&D edition. And so Pathfinder seemed like the place to go for that idea. I also have, of course, I have Call of Cthulhu, which I hope to get to the table. And I have, Shoot, it was just in my head. Right, Earth Dawn. Earth Dawn, third edition. Maybe it's classic edition. That I would like to get to the table. I think that's going to be more about just experiencing a different system when I have more system experience under my belt, exposing my home group to some of the concepts. I love the concept of how the magic items, like you unlock stuff by knowing its history. I find that super interesting. I've always wanted to kind of incorporate that idea into other systems, but I need to see a little bit more what their idea for that is. And so, that is a system. I still own my TSR Marvel. It is unplayed. It's not never played. The question wasn't never played, it's unplayed. I still own that. I own several modules. I own the X-Force expansion stuff, and that doesn't get to the table. I recently made a friend in the area who's actually currently running and playing TSR Marvel, and that kind of lit a small spark in me to maybe get it back to the table again. But unless we just do it as a module and kind of a filler between things, it probably won't happen, honestly, because this list is quite long. I'm at 7.25 minutes already, right? What else do I own that's not played? I actually have a Champions book. I didn't even remember that I had it. And my experiences with Champion/GURPS in conventions makes it sort of unlikely that it's going to hit the table for a very, very long time. Post note, I haven't even read Pathfinder 1 or 2. I haven't even read those books. I did start collecting modules for Pathfinder, though, for Pathfinder First Edition. I have 2 or 3 of the 6 modules in the storyline. I'd really like to get them all so that I can just, like, if I ever just want to run that, I can run that through. I do believe... Oh, no, there is one more unowned system. Unplayed... No, there's two. There's two. 2 more unplayed systems. We're almost done with this list. One is... And they're both sort of basically my wife's systems. Mouse Guard. We own Mouse Guard. We never played it. We own the Mice and Mystics board game. I really don't like it. I'm sure that has nothing to do really with the... I'm sure of it. I've read enough of the Mouse Guard book to know that it doesn't really have anything to do with the RPG other than setting. And but I the time that I read it, I still wasn't really grokking the player turn versus GM turn idea. I understand that a little bit better now. I'm still not a huge fan of it, but whatever. I think it's the setting. It seems there's a part of me that was like really excited and interested in the whole anthropomorphic animal scale stuff a long time ago, and now I'm like, whatever. But hey, I've got a 3-year-old and an almost 1-year-old. Maybe by the time they're 6 and 8, it'll be a good thing to get to the table. So maybe 5 years from now, get that to the table. And finally, Numenera. So my wife's first system that she ever officially owned was Numenera. We played it at DragonCon 2014, which we went to as a 5th anniversary trip. And she really liked it at the time. I really didn't. But I don't care. She's willing to play it. Great, let's do it. Willing to run it. And so she did. She ran like a a one-shot for us, created off of some creepy art. The scenario was inspired by some creepy art, but I don't really like it. She hasn't really run anything for a long time. I'm obviously not trying to get her to run it because I don't like it. And so it remains on the shelf unplayed. We have a bestiary book. I don't remember when we picked that up. And so it just sits there unplayed. It's not mine. If it was mine, it would be sold. It would be gone. But it's not mine. So there we are. That is a long list. We're just over 10 and a half minutes now. That is a long list of unplayed games. I'm sure others actually have more. Well, I guess what's interesting to me is like I have like concrete plans to get all but 4 of those to the table. Right? I probably listed at least 10 systems, if not more. But I have concrete plans to get 4 of them, 5. All but 5 of them. So, what was that? Numenera, Pathfinder 1, Pathfinder 2, Mouse Guard, and TSR. I don't really have plans to get TSR Marvel to the table. Not concrete plans. Everything else is concrete plans. Everything else has like, hey, like, this is next, this is on deck. You know, there's been more interest in that one, so maybe that one's third, blah, blah, blah. So, how long is this going to take to get done? 2 years? Probably. And that's if I don't pick up Blades in the Dark. All right. I will see you guys later. Super long. Bye.